Guys, deluded. I'm back again. YouTube's N'Golo Kante and all of them sort of things there. Thank you very much for tuning back in, and I hope you're all well and safe. So yeah, let's go down memory lane now. I only played for, like, I don't want to say serious teams, but what I mean by serious teams is that they're in a league. There's a clear coach who wants to play a certain way. He's not here to just do silliness. He's here to try and win titles and improve us as players. And away from that, Darren and Snatch, our managers, tried to improve us as men, specifically young black men. I'm not trying to make this a racial thing, but those of you that come from a reality that I come from, you know why that's very important to have role models to just to play sport. Because I honestly believe whatever the saying is in the Bible, I can't remember what it is, but something like idle hands are the devil's playground. That is a very serious thing. Sadly, it doesn't. By that logic, what that means is that obviously when you've got nothing to do, or you don't really, you've not got some sort of talent, or you're not being pushed to explore some sort of inclinations you might have to see what you can do with it, you go out there and do madness in it. So football, definitely for me, football had helped me and a lot of my friends keep in check and not go certain ways and do certain things on top of having family members and stuff. But not everybody has that in it. Sadly, even with football, things go the other way. People, like, it's sad. People go the other way. Like, sadly, throughout the teams I've played for, I don't want to talk too tough because it's irrelevant and it's a different reality. But people that I've literally played in the same team with that have been right back and right wing together are trying to kill. I've joined gangs and all this sort of stuff, and they're trying to kill each other. Like, it's silliness. So you can see what football can do for people. I honestly believe football is bigger than a sport. It can get people scouted and get people out ends. It can get people. I think it needs to be revamped and looked at, but it can get you jobs. It can get you coaching jobs. For me, anyways, it can give you a lot of principles. It can provide you with discipline. It spark that want to constantly improve, self discovery, self learning, how to stand up for yourself, bravery, communicational skills. You make a lot of friends as well. Like a lot of friends I've made, or a lot of people I know, has actually come from football. In fact, I'm never gonna lie to you lot, because I've played football, it's actually saved my life. Sometimes I've been at parties when the people think you're opposite, and then certain things get brought out, and then luckily you see someone you play for the same team. Spuds in, it's all calm, Mr. Stab man, put that away. But you get where I'm going. But we're going off target with this vid. There was a team I used to play for. It was run by the Kick scheme. Now, if you know about Kicks, for me it was based in Palmer's Green, and there was one in Tottenham, but we used to go to the Palmer's Green one because my school was in Winchmore Hill, and that's just the one we went to. And a lot of my friends that live around there used to go to that one. Innit? We played against the Tottenham one a couple of times. Yeah, the Kick scheme. For those who don't know what the Kick scheme is, I do believe it was something by the Premier League they introduced to get people playing football, get people off the streets, get people active in it. So yeah, it was a good scheme. I mean, Friday, I've told you lot before, Fridays, I think there was one on Wednesdays, but I don't really go to that one too tough. Fridays, you needed to go to this one, innit? I'd say from year 10 to probably second year of college, banging it out. Like Friday, if you weren't there, you weren't nothing really. People are saying, what's the most? I mean, that was the motive. You had to go there. Friday, you ramp outside school and all of them things. You're going football. Then after that, we're going Finchley to try and move the girls and get numbers and all of them sort of things. So it was a good day. We used to cause a lot of unnecessary mischief. I'm not even going to lie. Like, there was one, it was at Bromfield School. It might have set off the, not the fire alarm, what's them things to put out the fires? The extinguisher, set it off. Like, they're just doing unprovoked stuff. Like, I got banned for a week and stuff like that, and a couple friends got banned because they did it. And one of my friends who actually wasn't there, they threw him into it, got thrown into it. But yeah, we were letting it off in the school and stuff. Just used to do dumb stuff like that. I've previously told you, like, when it got moved to, I believe, Barnet Power League, there used to be a vending machine, kick that up, take all the stuff out there, and do certain other things I don't want to speak of. But this was mainly like five-a-side and that, innit, people? Like, you'll play five-a-side or you'll play seven-a-side, and it's just bare teams, it's just a bit of banks, innit? Occasionally we used to play matches, like we played Northumberland Park's Kicks got smacked, but then that was more a seven-a-side thing. But then they took it to 11-a-side, so which they created a team. Now, the guy who used to run the Power League and the ones we went to, he wasn't the coach in it. The coach was a bit of a softie, to say it in the nicest way. And it was a unique team. It was a unique team. For some reason, there was players from East London. I don't know where they found them, but they were thrown in. We had them, we had us, and we just used to get ringers in it and play 11 aside. It was banter, but we were crap people. There was no organisation. There was no training. I remember once we lost 3-0. No, how can we lose 3-0? We were winning 3-0, sorry, and the other boys got what happens when you get sent off? Red card in it. They got red carded and they managed to beat us 5-3. How did these things happen, people? It was just comedy. Every week there was either a fight, there was either that. In that game as well, I scored a cross. I meant it, but I scored a cross. I felt I should mention that. But yeah, it was just a complete shambles. Looking back, it was banter, but it was just a complete shambles, people. The coach had no backbone. Like, I still remember there was one specific game, like, we were losing half time. It was only losing that 1-0 something. The coach wanted to make changes, and then I've told you about my friend who's a big Italian grizzly bear, to say the least. Like, it's better to him to be your friend than to be his enemy in it, because you can't fight him in it. And there's another friend who's normal height and stuff. But the coach is trying to make subs in it. He's saying you two come off. Players are saying no, they're not coming off. How can players say they're not coming off? Like, players are openly saying they're not coming off, and the manager's can't do anything about it. Players are being put in certain positions. They're just playing where they want. It was complete banter, people. It's complete banter. And then these East guys, you know when people try and image and pretend and stuff like that, like it's nothing to do with people from East London. It's just in general, people try and pretend to do something they're not. These guys used to act like the biggest trap stars in the world, like they're El Chapo or something, coming with the gold teeth. Like, I kid you not, there was one time me and my friend, my bro, I'm gonna call him N, we still laugh about it. There was one time, guy comes in, he's got the gold tooth, got the Leica mobile and the iPhone, acting up and stuff. He's spudding and he's got his phone like this. He's doing all of this stuff. He's swapping phones. Then his phone must have rang in it, and he looked at it. Wait, say this is the phone, people. He's looked at it now. He's like, he's got it's rang. He's like, who's calling my phone? He picks it up. He's like, yo. He's like, mum. Oh. Oh, mum, yeah. I swear down, it was the funniest moment, people. But this team was trash. It was probably the deadest team I've played for. The deadest. Like, I can't remember us winning too tough. I bought my friend David once. He's from just down the road. He was a good signing for us. He shored things up at the back for us. But yeah, but we used to imagine. Is it Douglas High Sports Centre in Walthamstow? We used to travel up there almost every Sunday, and there weren't too many times we travelled back to North London, up at Everton, Tottenham with a victory. Like hella 4-1s, hella 5-1s, hella 6-2s, and them things there. But all that matters is I got to score. We had night kits. We took that home. So yeah, we were a pretty dead football team. Like, it was probably the worst. And yeah, the thing that shocked me the most is people are getting subbed, and like, come on, because you imagine you're going to say, oh, DG, I'm going to sub you off and bring him on. And I say, no, you're not. And he says, yes, you are. I said, no, you're not. And people are walking onto the pitch, and there's nothing he can do. People have to put back on their jumpers. Like, there's nothing he can do. Like, he's saying, please, can you come off? And they're saying, no. I'm like, rah, well, personally, I think they're better than who you're going to bring on, so I ain't even going to get involved. But it's a mad thing for you. But yeah, man, it was a funny period, man. We used to get smacked, and as long as you can look back at these times and laugh, it was just playing football, and it's about what football. This is what football's about, essentially. So yeah, there's nothing more to say on that front, guys. Deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. Stay safe, people.